Do you know this word has two meanings, and how you pronounce it would bring out the meaning you want to express? Follow through to the end of this video and I'll tell you all about it. Zina, founder of FINEZZA, the Life Skills Studio, with concepts of pronunciation that will help you identify, correct, perfect your pronunciation, intonation and articulation. One of the keys for correct pronunciation is recognizing syllables and its impact on pronunciation. If you haven't already, I would suggest that you check out my previous video where I've shared an introduction on syllables and its impact on pronunciation. Today it's about syllable patterns. Each syllable in a word has a distinct sound. In monosyllabled words such as jack, jump, laugh. As the words get longer, there naturally comes a change in the sounds. For example, words such as jacket, jumper, laughter. You'll notice here that the words now have two distinct sounds. Jacket, jumper, laughter. Two distinct sounds in both the syllables. Now, in most two-syllabled words, the pattern applied is that one syllable gets a stronger stress while the other syllable gets a lighter one. So in jacket, jumper, laughter, you would have noticed that in all the words, the first syllable has got a stronger stress while the second syllable a lighter stress. So when this stress pattern is applied to syllables in words, your words and your speech gets a kind of a beat, a cadence, a rhythm. So instead of saying jacket, jumper, laughter, we say jacket, jumper, laughter. You see the beat? And then again, in these two-syllabled words, one needs to be very aware. One needs to know as to which of the two syllables need to be stressed. Would it be the first syllable that needs to be stressed, or would it be the second that needs to be stressed? There is, however, an exception to the rule where the two-syllabled words are concerned. There are times when the second syllable gets the stress. For example, enjoy. It's not enjoy, but enjoy. Also with forget. It's not forget, but forget. Now this is because in the English language, there are some words which change their meaning depending entirely on the stress pattern. On the syllable that is being stressed, the meaning could change. If it is stressed on the first syllable, the word would mean something else, while if the same word, if it was stressed on the second syllable, would change its meaning entirely. Now let me give you an example of a word like conduct. Conduct with the stress in the first syllable means behavior. For example, he had an ungentlemanly conduct. And with the word conduct, which means direct, let me give you an example. He was made to conduct the orchestra on the night of the concert. Conduct. So one word with two different stress patterns changing the meaning entirely. You see how important it is to know the stress pattern of particularly on this two-syllabled words which can change the meaning entirely. Here are some two-syllabled words for you to practice. Each word has two different meanings. It's for you to bring out the meanings according to your syllable stress pattern. Contest, contest. Permit, permit. Produce, produce. And record, record. More from me in my next video at FINEZZA, the Life Skills Studio. with more tips and guidelines in English pronunciation. Till then, perfect your pronunciation and say it right. Save it and do share it.